for many people, like our income varies. We have periods when we don't work. We might be unemployed. We're studying early on, maybe. If you drive an Uber or a cab or something, you might have good day and bad days. But nonetheless, you want to have lunch every day, right? Even if you're a cabbie and you have a terrible day because the weather is lovely and nobody's going places, you wanna have lunch. And so this gives you, like, normally I'm saying, try to save if you can, right? But this provides some basis for spending even if you don't have the money, like in the short term. You're a cabbie, you didn't make any money today, you still need to eat. The same idea applies over the course of the lifespan. So many economists will say that students should be maybe taking out bigger loans. Like if you're in a field, in an economy where you expect to do quite well in adulthood, it's fine to take on debt when you're young, right? Because that way you can smooth your consumption a little bit. For many people, middle age is relatively a time when you might struggle a little. If you have younger kids are like outrageously expensive, whatever. And then in later adulthood, before you retire, you might be relatively well off because by then maybe you've paid off the apartment you live in or whatever. And if that's true and you're confident of your future, you have some reason to borrow. So generally, the idea is to try to stay out of debt, try to save if you can, but there is good reason to borrow money. There is good reason to go into debt, given certain conditions.
Yeah, they showed how the path of savings, the optimal path as they called it, and the way they framed optimal was about smoothing consumption, is not a linear 5%, 10%. It's actually early 20s, you save a high amount if you can, or, because you've not got responsibility. As soon as you have kids, it drops to near zero. And then when they leave, you rack it up to say 25%. So, this idea was actually that people in their 40s they've done it right in a way, and they might have lived their life in accordance with what is optimal from a consumption smoothing perspective. I think the mistake I've made throughout my life is I consistently am like, save everything now so one day you can just ball out your brain, and that means that in my 30s my savings rate is at 90%, and that's probably not optimal.
Mine was more ball out every day and then save later. We're trying to find a middle ground between the two of us right now.
Awesome. I'm right here in the middle.
Right in the middle is where we need to be, the sweet spot.
But so you can save too much, right? I know of people who are like trying to save as much as they possibly can and whatever, and that might work for them, right? Maybe that's what they want. Some people do it for altruistic reasons because they want to have money to give away later on. And, I'm not telling them they shouldn't, but for many people, it makes sense to go into debt, like at certain stages of your life, provided, of course, you save at other times.
And it's on the right kind of spending. So it's an investment in education or whatever. It's not just buying Prada handbag.
Right. Yeah. So getting an education, right? For some people, getting a car is an investment. It's a way for you to make more money, to get a better job, more fulfilling life, and so on, right? And then going into debt makes sense.
This was a clip from our episode with Eric Agner. What? It was.
Okay, look, this was a clip from our episode with Eric Agner. You can watch the full episode right here. He's an economist, he's amazing, he tells you all about how to get rich and fix the world and stuff like that. That's it. That's the clip. We want to laugh at you because it's funny. Eric Agner.